And I also want to highlight this comment because, Calvin, I think you might have a couple thoughts. Dan says there's a delay in the background check for Instacart due to DMV offices and courts being closed. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I've told a lot of people, and I think you have done very similar content in the
Yep.
past, that you sort of want to prepare for the worst case, right? You want to
Yep.
have diversification, right? Whether you're driving for Uber, you're driving for Lyft, you throw a delivery service in there so that,
Yep.
if something happens on Uber, you can drive for Lyft. Or if something happens with your car, you can use someone else's car and do delivery, right? You want to have these backup plans in place before you need them, because when you need them, it's too late. And now everyone wants to
Exactly.
sign up for Instacart, and
Exactly.
DoorDash has
Exactly.
waiting lists in certain cities. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Um, well, this is going to be I don't want it to be a plug, but it's just real conversation that we're having right now. Um, I've always on my channel coached and delivered content to people to tell you to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
And right now, um, I used to always get flack like, oh, the website driver and some mean stuff, man. People are out there, they can get mean. But here's the deal now. Here's where the reality of this comes in now. The people that listened to me, right, and actually started, their website and actually started creating income on the side, passive income, are not in a bad situation. Well, some of them are, but they're not in as bad a
How's
situation
that?
as most people. Um, and the reason I'm saying that is you think about everything right now. Everything right now is being done digitally for the most part. All the world is moving on a digital platform, and that's either done through either video, images, text, or audio, right? And so if you're not able to take advantage of one of those elements of creating content and creating some type of way to earn money, you're suffering. Like my lifestyle didn't change, thank God. It
Yeah.
didn't. It's a blessing. But, for those that are in this situation, like even yourself, Harry, that we work from home and, I create my money from here at this desk. I want this for many, many people. And to be honest with you, like on my channel, I have, and I think it may be the last video, I can't remember right now, but if you go to my channel, youtube.com/the simple driver, there's a video on there where I literally show you how the money that I earn. It's over 10 grand a month.
Hmm.
But the part that's important about that video is not the money. It's what I'm showing you is how I earn the money. It's because it's spread out across multiple streams of income. And just the fact that I'm showing you how to create a website, you don't have to use that for referrals. Referrals are out now, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's getting referrals or anything like that. So it's not about that. But what it is about is being able to take your own intellectual property and actually use that to actually build yourself a brand and a business. Even if you don't build yourself a brand and a business, the fact that you know how to actually build a website. Everybody wants websites and everybody is on the web right now. You can easily be charging people $400 or $500 to build them a website. I literally get emails every day of people saying, thank you for showing me how to, create a website, because I'm now earning an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month building websites.
Yeah.
That is a skill set that you have now. And I gave that to people for free, right? So it's stuff like that. Here's what's important right now, Harry. I was watching TV today and they said that life is what we knew it prior to, that magical word that we don't want to say is over, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at doing social distancing for like going into like 2022. I didn't say that. That's literally prime time breaking news today from someone who wrote something in Harvard Digest. Okay. What are drivers going to do? I don't
Yeah.
even know what Uber's going to do right now. Harry, you've had contact with Uber and some, we probably had some people that we can contact, but they're not even taking emails from me right now, whatever, because you know why? They have a business model that requires people to have social interaction and be in close quarters. They don't
Yeah.
even know what this looks like for the next couple of months. So it's important now that you start doing something that will take you away from having to depend on the Uber platform, because we have no idea where rideshare is going right now. The eat part of it, right? Food delivery is great, but the rideshare part of it, I have no idea where that's going.
Yeah.
And so you
That's
have
a
to protect yourself, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, and I think that you definitely are getting. I shared a couple of these comments on the screen. John says, "Preach it, Calvin," and I saw another one that I liked. I think Dan had one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So definitely, I think we have a lot of people agreeing and sort of on the same page. And I mean, I think you brought up a good question though. Is that we don't know how long this is going to last. Some people are saying it's going to last a very, very long time. Until 2022. And I guess
Yep.
I know one thing I do know is that I have no idea when or how long it's going to go on. That's all I
Right.
know
So
right
the beautiful
now.
thing about that too, Harry, is because I like to read all the comments here, and I was going through them, but who is it? Thomas Bone says like BS, like that will never happen. So Thomas, when I say 2022 and social distancing, I don't mean the economy being continued to be shut down the way it is now. We will start coming back online, but what I mean by it's going to be forever changed is it's going to come online, and there will be protocols in place. The way you just are not going to be probably able to go to the Cheesecake Factory and the tables be right next to each other. There's going to be
Yeah.
distancing of these tables, so they may start opening the economy back up, but it won't be the same as what we knew it. But prior to that magical word, my daughter's homeschooled. She's been homeschooled for the last 2 years, and she's fifth grade, and we were literally preparing her for. In Georgia, they have the milestone test, Harry.
Hmm.
She didn't even get the milestone test. They literally skipped that and just went by the grades that she had, and she's literally going to sixth grade. Stuff like that, everything is changing. The way what you knew it's done.
Yeah.
Right? We have to start looking at how is school now going to operate with such close quarters and something that needs to be social when you're talking about classrooms with kids inside of that classrooms and stuff like that. That I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah.
And so we need to start thinking about that as, husbands, wives, right? Daughters, sons, but we also need to start thinking about that as self-employed business owners.
Yeah.
What do we need to start doing right now? What do we need to put in place right now in case, rideshare disappears?
Yeah, I think that's actually, we're getting a lot of comments right now right along these lines. So I'm going to share a couple of them. Lon says rideshare is not over. They're temporarily out of it, but we will be back! Exclamation point.
That's that.
And
Hey, that's good stuff. I mean,
in my opinion, Brandon says, in my opinion, rideshare will be back and big. It's the greatest car transportation concept ever created. So, I think it's definitely, I think important. I'm an optimist, and I don't know what you are, Calvin. You can let me know in a second. But
I had a lot of money in rideshare. Why would I not want it to come back?
No, that's the thing. I think that,
bigger, stronger.
and so I'm going to put this question to the audience right now. So I think we're talking about the fact that I think a lot of people are optimistic that things are going to come back. But what I want to know is, what are you guys doing? What do you think is going to happen in the interim, right? As if or when things start getting back to normal, do you think that, within 6 months, there's going to be the same demand as before? Do you think it's going to take 1, 2, 3 years? Because all of these things really affect you guys as drivers, right? And I think that's sort of what you're speaking to, Calvin. If it takes 2 years to get back to the same levels of demand, and think about all the millions of unemployed people out there that are going to be flooding to go drive with Uber and Lyft and sign up for food delivery services, I think that you guys have to understand, even if these services start coming back, it may not be the same as what it was right before. So, I'll share Maurice.